You have the power to transform every aspect of your life, even the things that seem like obstacles. One of the greatest misconceptions people have is about debt. They see it as a weight, as something that drags them down. But what if I told you that debt doesn't have to be a burden? What if I told you that debt is simply energy and it can be the key to unlocking an endless flow of wealth? Now, you might be wondering, how is this possible? How can something as heavy as debt turn into something as light as wealth? The answer is simple. It's all about perception, mindset, and how you choose to view your circumstances. Debt doesn't have to hold you back. It doesn't have to control your life. It can actually be the stepping stone to a much greater, much more expansive flow of wealth, one that can come into your life in ways you've never imagined. But before you can experience this transformation, you must first understand what debt really is. Debt, in its most basic form, is nothing more than a temporary energy exchange. You've been taught that it's something negative, that it's a chain that ties you down. And because of that belief, you feel anxious and overwhelmed every time you think about money you owe. But debt doesn't have to be a curse. It's only a burden when you hold on to the belief that it's a burden. The first step to turning debt into wealth is understanding that debt is simply energy. It's not inherently bad. It's not a permanent state. It's a tool that you can use. Think about this. The energy behind debt is the same energy that powers everything in life. It's simply a matter of how you channel it. When you see debt as something you can use rather than something that controls you, you begin to see opportunities where others see only problems. It's time to shift your mindset. Debt is an opportunity for growth. You may be facing it right now, but that doesn't mean you have to be stuck in it forever. Most people fear debt. They see it as something that weighs them down, something that defines their worth. But the truth is, the more you fear it, the more you will attract it. Fear breeds scarcity, and scarcity blocks wealth. The first step is to break that cycle. Instead of fearing debt, embrace it. Accept it as part of your journey. Understand that every dollar you owe is simply an energy exchange, and that energy can be transformed into something greater. The universe works in mysterious ways, and the flow of wealth is not about having a set amount of money in the bank. Wealth is a flow. It's an abundant stream that constantly replenishes itself. It's about alignment. When you align yourself with the frequency of wealth, you allow that flow to come to you. Wealth is never fixed. It's never static. It's always moving, always shifting, always available. Your job is to tune into that frequency, to recognize that it's already here, and to allow it to flow into your life in infinite ways. Now let's talk about how you can practically apply this in your life. First and foremost, you must act with intention. Every thought you have, every action you take must be aligned with the energy of wealth. You must focus your energy not on the scarcity of what you don't have, but on the abundance of what is possible. If you are in debt, this doesn't mean you ignore your obligations, but it does mean you approach your finances from a place of confidence and clarity, not fear. Look at your debts not as chains that bind you, but as stepping stones that guide you toward a greater future. Every payment you make is a sign of your commitment to the flow of wealth. And if you take action with that mindset, the universe will begin to open doors for you. You may find opportunities that you never saw before. The key is to keep your mind open, to take inspired action, and to trust that every step you take is leading you closer to abundance. Wealth doesn't come by waiting for it. It comes by moving forward with purpose, by creating momentum in your life. Inspired action is key. Wealth flows to those who are willing to move, to act, to step out of their comfort zones. It's easy to stay stuck in the cycle of debt, to feel overwhelmed by your financial situation. But when you take small steps, when you align your actions with your vision of abundance, that's when things start to shift. Each step you take, no matter how small, is one step closer to the financial freedom you desire. Gratitude plays a huge role in this process. You must show gratitude for the wealth you already have, not just in terms of money, but in all areas of your life. Gratitude opens the door for more wealth to come. When you appreciate the abundance you already have, you send a signal to the universe that you are ready for more. You are ready for that endless flow of wealth that you've been seeking. It's important to understand that wealth is not a fixed destination. It's a continuous flow. As soon as you start to align with the energy of abundance, the universe begins to respond. Opportunities will appear where none existed before. And because you are no longer attached to specific outcomes, you'll find that wealth flows more easily into your life. There's no limit to what you can create. Once you let go of attachment to a specific form of wealth, you open yourself to receiving it in ways that you can't yet imagine. The more you practice these principles, the more you will see the results. Debt will no longer be a burden. It will simply be a stepping stone, a temporary tool that guides you toward your next level of success. You will begin to see your financial situation shift. You'll start to attract new opportunities, new sources of income, and new ways of thinking about money. This is the flow of wealth. It's constant, it's ever-changing, and it's available to anyone who is ready to receive it. Remember this, you are the creator of your own reality. Your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions are all powerful. When you decide to change your perception of debt, when you see it as an opportunity rather than a burden, you unlock the door to endless possibilities. Wealth isn't something that happens to you. It's something you create from within. The more you align with the energy of abundance, the more wealth will flow into your life. So don't wait for circumstances to change. Don't wait for your debts to disappear before you take action. Start now. Begin with gratitude, begin with intention, and trust that the universe is supporting you every step of the way. Debt is not the end. It is simply the beginning of a new chapter 1 that leads to a flow of wealth that is limitless, ever expanding, and waiting for you to step into it. You have the power to turn debt into wealth. You have the power to shift your mindset and transform your life. The only thing standing between you and abundance is your belief in it. Change that belief, and the flow of wealth will be yours. Embrace the energy of wealth. Embrace the energy of debt as a tool, and watch as your financial reality shifts. The wealth you desire is already on its way. All you need to do is align with it, and it will flow into your life. The universe is waiting for you to claim it. Are you ready?